The majority of real estate agents will probably hate that I'm making this video because I'm about to expose many of them. But if you're one of those agents getting triggered watching this, here's some advice to you. Step up your game. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not the problem. You are. I recently browsed a Reddit forum and searched for how realtors are perceived in Canada. And here's a sample of what I found. Real estate agents get paid way too much for doing nothing. They are a bunch of lying crooks and can't be trusted. Parasites, scumbags. I hate real estate agents. This sentiment is widespread not just in Canada, but globally. Despite years in the industry, the reputation of real estate agents hasn't improved. People see us as overpaid used car salesmen. And I have to agree with many of these statements because I do understand where many of these ideas are coming from. With over 2 decades in the industry, I've encountered all different types of real estate agents. I'm here to shed light on what really happens behind the scenes, whether you're considering becoming a real estate agent or just curious about the industry. Stick around as I'm going to reveal some hard truths about real estate agents. I work in one of the most competitive real estate markets in the world. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, where I'm a member, has about 70,000 members, making it the largest in Canada. To put this in perspective, the Greater Toronto Area, or the GTA, as we call it here, has about 6 million people, meaning that there's more than one agent for every 100 residents. There's a saying in real estate, if you don't know a real estate agent, you don't have any friends. It's a well-known fact that there are too many real estate agents, primarily because the barrier to entry is very low. Unlike many professional fields requiring a minimum of 4 years of education and training, becoming an agent only requires completing a course and passing the exams, then paying a few grand for your registration fees, signing up with a brokerage, and then you're good to go. Most people can get through this within a year, so that's pretty much all the investment you really need to make. While this is good for the real estate board, as they have more people to pay their fees, this is terrible for the consumer. With basic education, the course is relatively easy to pass. You don't even need to speak English well or even think critically. This ease of entry is why so many people can become real estate agents. Most people are drawn to this profession by the money. They might have watched real estate shows showcasing the extravagant lifestyles of celebrity real estate agents, or probably know someone who's doing well in the industry. A lot of agents are pretty flashy, driving around in their leased luxury cars. So I think a lot of people think to themselves, if that idiot can do it, I can do that too. To give you some perspective, the typical commission for selling a $2 million home is $100,000, which is split between the buyers and the seller's agents. Each agent earns $50,000, which is roughly equivalent to an annual salary. Therefore, many people flood into this industry dreaming of making a fortune. When barriers to entry are low, you attract many people and with them, low quality talent. I'm not saying they're low in intelligence, though some certainly are, but rather they lack the it factor or the proper education or experience to excel as a professional real estate agent. According to the National Associations of Realtors in the US, 75% of real estate agents fail within the first year, and 87% fail within 5 years. According to an article I found, the industry with the highest turnover rate is retail and wholesale at 37.4%. So a 75% turnover rate is complete madness. Imagine any other professional industry where 3 out of 4 people leave after becoming licensed. What does that say about the industry? Can we even call ourselves professionals when the majority fail miserably? Is it any surprise that the public perception of real estate agents is so low? This means that 9 out of 10 agents you meet will likely be out of the industry in 5 years, and 3 out of the 4 will be gone in within a year. Isn't it a scary thought to trust someone with your most valuable financial asset now that you know these facts? Would you want to give such a big responsibility to someone who's going to leave just because they can't make a living doing what they are supposed to do? Yet this happens every single day in this industry, and people don't even know what the consequences are because it's not easy to measure. This is a tough business to succeed in. If you don't know what you're doing, you won't survive. Hard work alone isn't enough. You need the right character, personality, skills, and the mindset to make it. Back in university, I was part of a mentorship program and was paired with a leader from Colliers International. He told me, if you're not making at least $50,000 in this business, you're in the wrong business. And that was over 25 years ago. After 2 decades in the business and serving as a team leader for most of my career, I've seen many agents come and go because they were in the wrong business. I'm sorry to say, but most agents won't make it because they just don't have what it takes. I analyzed the numbers for real estate agents in the GTA about a year ago, and here are the results. It's likely worse today due to the deteriorating market conditions, but the point remains the same. Out of the 70,000 registered agents, 45% sell 0 properties per year. Another 40% sell fewer than 4 properties a year. It's like this. If a doctor performed only 4 surgeries per year, would you trust them to operate on you? While agents aren't equivalent to doctors, would you trust any professional with only 4 real-life experiences in a year? The reality is that 85% of agents in the industry lack the experience to call themselves true professionals. This means that 9 out of 10 agents you meet fall into this category. In my view, an agent selling more than 20 properties per year consistently is a professional agent with proven real-life experience. That's only about 900 agents out of the 70,000, roughly 1 in every 77 agents you meet. On a pie chart, that small sliver of color represents the professional agents. The point I'm trying to make is that selling even 1 property is not easy. It's very difficult, and as the numbers show, almost half of the agents don't even succeed at doing this. Many people think agents are making a killing, but the truth is that most are starving or barely getting by. Not all commissions go directly to the agent. They have brokerage, marketing, and other fees to cover. So many of them don't have much left at the end of the day. That's why so many agents are desperate, and there's so much turnover in this industry. That's the truth. This is a tough industry, and because of this, it's very easy for you as a consumer to end up working with an agent who is not a true professional. How many of you would want to work with a desperate, unprofessional real estate agent who's worried about their next commission check to pay for their bills? Who do you think they'll really be working for when they can't even afford to pay their rent? Do you think the likelihood of misrepresentation or bad behavior will increase when an agent is desperate for a commission check? Is it any surprise that the public perception of real estate agents is equivalent to that of a used car salesman? As an industry, we've earned this title because the majority of agents fit this description. The numbers don't lie. This is purely my own opinion, but based on their performance, these people shouldn't even be in this business. They're doing a huge disservice to their clients by representing them. I would even go as far as saying that it's a misrepresentation because if their clients knew about their lack of ability and experience and understood what that really meant, they would never, ever use them. Think about it. This is the biggest investment of most people's lives, and they are paying a lot of money for a professional, so their agent must be competent to handle it. Before all you low-producing agents get upset at me, I acknowledge that exceptions exist, and not all of you who only do a few deals a year are unprofessional. But ask yourself this. Are you really serving your clients well based on your knowledge and expertise in real estate, or are you just trying to make some money? Be honest with yourself. If you are truly bringing value to your clients based on your expertise, then I'm not really talking about you. Keep doing what you're doing. However, if you're feeling triggered right now, then what can I say? The truth hurts. However, there is some hope for you. If you are currently an unprofessional agent who truly wants to succeed in this business, what must you do? Well, you really need to step up your real estate game. Start by learning everything there is to know about real estate to become a professional. You need to understand a wide range of topics which can take years to master. First of all, you need to become an expert on the actual real estate product you're trying to sell itself. On top of that, you need to understand sales, finance, law, taxes, marketing, business administration, economics, and psychology. Then put everything into practice and gain real world experience. You'll make many mistakes along the way, but you'll learn from them. It takes years of lessons through real life experience to become a true professional. On top of that, expect to be betrayed, unappreciated, ignored, ghosted by people, which happens all the freaking time, and blamed for anything that goes wrong, even if you're not responsible. The smallest non-issue will become the biggest issue. You'll deal with unreasonable people and experience broken relationships when a deal goes wrong. You'll be fed a load of crap, but then have to hold your tongue. You'll see the worst in people and the corruption money brings. And let's not forget the real estate know-it-alls who constantly challenge you on everything because they're experts because they heard it from their parents or saw it on HDTV or the internet. These days, everyone's a real estate expert, right? Don't get me wrong. Not everyone you deal with is like this, and the majority of my experiences are extremely positive. But I've had my fair share of evil pie in this business. So you'll have to develop a pretty thick skin and deal with it because you're the problem solver and a professional. Finally, the hours in real estate are not set, so you can be working at all times of day and night. I've done deals at like 2 a.m., worked on Christmas Day, and always have my phone on during vacations. Not all agents work like me, but I'm always on because I understand the importance of communication and timing in this business. This is a lifestyle, not just a job, and over time, you just accept it. Although you do have some freedom, you're always at the mercy of your clients. So, does becoming a real estate agent still sound appealing to you? Do you think you have what it takes? If not, don't even bother getting into this business. Do yourself and your potential client a favor because it's not really worth it. It's not worth your time, money, and energy. You'll be miserable and will eventually leave, so trust me on this. Can you now see why it's so difficult to become a professional real estate agent and why so few succeed? It's because of the steep learning curve that no one really talks about. I've been doing this for over 2 decades now, and I'm still learning new things every day. Every mistake and new experience is another notch in my belt. Now, for you, the consumer, with this information in mind, what type of agent do you want representing you? What should you watch out for? What are some clear signs that the agent that you just interviewed is not who they say they are? There is a high probability, based on the numbers I shared, that you're dealing with someone who has very little practical experience. What is the most important skill an agent must possess? How can you mitigate the risks of hiring an unprofessional agent? And what questions can you ask to spot one? I'm going to answer all of these questions in the upcoming videos in this series. My goal is to help you understand how real estate works so you don't get screwed over and become one of those people who spew agent hatred online because of a bad experience. Or worse, lose everything that you worked so hard for because you received some terrible advice from an agent. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified when the next video drops. Stay tuned, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.